Takže čau, tu je Roman z podcastu Krokvpred alebo zo Scandinavianstudy a mojím cieľom je priniesť vám nejaké rozdielové informácie, rozdielových hostí, ktorým ja verím, že by vám mohli nejakú pomôcť. Mojím dnešným hostom je Paige. My today's guest is Paige.
Yes, that's me.
Paige, we will do it in English because...
good idea.
Just to bring some information that will be useful for someone.
Okay.
You are representing a university from Britain, which is called Coventry University. Plenty of Slovaks. I'm from Slovakia. We are shooting this in Czech Republic in Prague. Are considering as their final destination Czech Republic because it's free education, big buildings, historical universities. Why should anyone consider to go a bit more further in their thinking, in their decision, and why they should come to UK?
So the UK universities are amongst the best in the world, and if you take a look at the top 200, you know, quite a few of them are UK universities. So if students are looking for, you know, a strong and a great degree, then they should move further for it. Now, there's a reason it costs people in the UK, and that's because our education system is amongst the best in the world. And for me, you become yourself when you leave your home country, so I've done the same thing, and it is truly an amazing experience. So yes, coming to get a degree is really important, but actually coming for the experience is important too.
Another good thing about UK, it's my opinion, in my opinion, you set in trends. When I used to live in England, for example, the fashion there was there, and it's coming into Slovakia in 2 years' time. Companies, I don't know now any name, any British company, but you set in trends, and you used to lead, for example, technological revolution in 19th century. So I believe it's good to live part of your life in such a country.
Absolutely.
Where people are, how to say, independent, self-conscious, or
we're forward-thinking people. So, you know, it's not about being the best. It's about having the mindset of how can we, you know, have the best companies? How can we truly be an overall rounded country? We do like luxury things in life. We do like, you know, modern societies and modern cultures, but we're also very multicultural, and I think because we welcome so many different cultures into the UK, that's why we breed such strong companies. It's all about being a multicultural society.
And many people perceive UK as London, but London doesn't have to be a final destination. It's a huge country, it's a huge island, and there are maybe 20 big cities in a size as Bratislava, pretty much. And you are in Coventry. One advantages of Coventry are it's much cheaper.
Absolutely.
Than London. How far it is from London?
So you can get to London by train in 1 hour. And Coventry, like you said, is much cheaper. So we're currently the 4th cheapest student city in the entire of the UK. But we've just won UK Student City of the Year. So we're also one of the best cities in the UK, not just for students. You know, I live there. I was born there. It's a fantastic place to live. But yes, the UK isn't just London, although London is a beautiful and fantastic place. But London does come, unfortunately, with that price tag. So
and plus, in London, you might spend a lot of time in transport, right? You're getting from A to Z.
Yeah, so the crazy thing about London, and I suppose it is really difficult for people to perceive this because it only takes 1 hour by train from Coventry, is actually if you are travelling through London, the commute can be up to 2 hours just from one side of London to the other. So it is definitely worth venturing outside of that London bubble. Because we do have many beautiful areas and beautiful cities as well.
When I checked ranking of universities in UK, I think so it's 150 universities in UK.
152, yeah.
And
approximately.
Coventry, I'm not sure if it was last year or 2 years ago, you've been somewhere around number 15.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's where we are right now.
And when you take into consideration schools like Cambridge, Oxford, you have already 2 down. Then you have in London School of Business, I think so.
Yep.
So to be on 15th position out of 150, it's in top 10% in UK.
Absolutely.
So Coventry could be an option for students who are seeking ranking also.
100%. So, you know, the fact that we are in the top 20 out of over 150 universities is an incredible feat. But the one thing that I do say students do need to concentrate on is we are second in the UK for teaching excellence, and we beat Oxford and we beat Cambridge on those rankings. So I think only one of them is in the top 10, and they're actually 10th for teaching excellence. So we are forward thinking. We have been voted the most modern university for, you know, over 5 years running. So yes, okay, not many people may have heard of Coventry or Coventry University, but, you know, we are a contender. We are up there with the best. And for me, it's also a fantastic place to live.
I might say that when we do recruitment for UK universities, I think so 20% of all students we send to UK goes for Coventry. And I don't think so it's directly connected. I mean, we have some kind of results in it, but they just go after the quality, the name, and the study programs which you can study there. How many faculties you have?
So we have 4 different faculties, and they are incredible in faculties. The buildings are beautiful and the facilities are amazing, hence why we're the most modern. So you've got the Faculty of Engineering and Computing, which is for courses very much like aerospace engineering, mechanical engineering, and that has its own plane in that building, and that's how modern we are. And we also have the Health and Life Sciences faculty, and that's for people, you know, who want to do biomedical science. And we have the 2nd largest academic laboratory in the entire of the UK. So,
which clearly says that you don't teach only students academically, but they have to do their practically things.
Absolutely. So even with the faculty like business and law, we have our own moot courtroom, and students physically practice what it is like to be a lawyer in real life environment. And that's why we have such a high employability rate of over 97% of our students are employed or in further study within 6 months of graduating. So we are very forward thinking, and we are very practical in how we teach.
Actually, I would just underline this, what you said, that you have, as a school, you have your own court room.
Absolutely.
And it looks like a real court in England. And you're trying to modulate, or how to say, the real life facilities into your teaching facilities. It's not just classroom. It looks, actually, it is like in real life. And I have a good example for you. I met one guy from Slovakia. He wanted to study to become nurse, I think so, in Slovakia. And the difference between educational approach in Slovakia and UK is he got symptoms written on paper, and he supposed his thing was to say what kind of disease patient had. There was just symptoms like age, flu, fever, and he's supposed to say what's the disease.
That's crazy.
But in UK, you have these dummies.
Absolutely.
Where you can program them on specific illness. And so students are very connected with what they study.
Absolutely. And you know, we are that forward thinking, and our buildings are that modern that if our actual hospital in Coventry had to close for some terrible reason, we could actually use our Health and Life Sciences building as a hospital. Yes. That's obviously, that's why we're the most modern, and why I think, you know, we are amongst the best in the UK.
Paige. It's a beautiful name. What means Paige? It's like page. This is Paige.
So yeah, it's kind of like a page in a book. My actual name is Paige Naomi, but that's very long-winded. So I just say, oh yeah, call me Paige.
I mentioned the name because one of the obstacles or barriers why students they don't want to even think about going abroad or to UK is their level of English.
Okay.
What would be your advice for students?
Not to be scared, because actually there's lots of European students that have that same fear, and English is not a difficult language to learn. I know you guys learn the basics, you know, and actually the more they talk to us, the better their English requirement's going to be. So I would say not to be nervous. We're a very welcoming and helpful community in the UK. So for those who are struggling with English, you know, we will guide them and we will help them. That's who we are.
And plus, it's normal to set for yourself some challenges, right?
Absolutely.
And rather to stay at home and say my English is not good enough, let's go to England and you can apply yourself a bit more, right?
Yeah, and you know, English is globally the largest spoken language in the world, so it is fantastic for students to learn, and to take the plunge and move abroad is very, very scary, but actually the skills that they're going to gain with that and the personal development is something in itself.
Education in UK costs something. It's not for free, but I would say you're going up front, or how to say, with student loans.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
students, they, as I believe, they don't have to pay it up front. What's the procedure?
So student loans is absolutely fantastic. So I took a student loan out as well. So what happens is our government will pay the university for their 3 years or 4 year study. The student will not pay anything back until they graduate and are in employment, earning over a certain threshold. If they graduate, you know, and don't get a job immediately, they will not pay that loan back. So, for instance, for myself, when I left Coventry University, I moved to Australia and New Zealand, and I wasn't earning a huge amount of money. I was backpacking the world, and I didn't pay my loan back until I come home, got a job earning over a certain amount. So it's really not a scary loan as people see it in Europe. It doesn't stop you from buying a house. It doesn't stop you from buying cars or getting credit. It is a fantastic loan.
And on the other hand, if you want to have good education, probably you want to have good career, you have motivation in life probably to achieve something.
Absolutely.
And you're starting to pay back only when you earning certain amount of money.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't miss the money that goes out of my bank because it is a minimal amount that goes out, and they naturally just take it once you're earning that amount. So it's actually not a burden at all whatsoever. And if you want to become an aerospace engineer, you know, you're going to earn more than what that loan ever was anyway. So yeah, I mean, I would 100% say go to university.
Actually, since I'm started to promote all those universities, I'm considering going to study. But seriously, I would really love to experience it. I've seen the facilities, I've seen the approach of teachers, sports, societies, everything included, and it's, I think, so opportunity of lifetime. Not just preparing yourself for future, but actually living in UK and studying there in a class with Britons, right?
Yeah,
you're
of course.
In
it's
the
mixed
same
classes, yes.
In the same environment as Brit would.
Yep, absolutely. And like you mentioned there, they can immerse themselves in sports and in societies. When I joined university, I'm a bit crazy. I love skydiving. I love things like that. There's a skydiving society. So, you know, there's something for everybody. And they are amongst Brits. So their language is going to just excel. They're going to just get better at speaking English. And they're going to learn that we're actually a very welcoming, passionate and loving culture. So it's really good for them to immerse themselves in that.
Let's speak more about admissions process.
Yep.
How difficult is to get into university in UK? You do some exercise prior to your assignments, prior to application?
So I wouldn't say it's hugely difficult, but you know, there is an admissions process for a reason. We are amongst the best universities in the world, so we do want students to be able to prove themselves. However, you know, it isn't all about that grade on the paper. We recognise that if you're a person that wants to excel in life and really wants to achieve their dreams, we take that into consideration as well. So yeah, they do have to write what you guys call a motivational letter and get an academic reference, but it's not massively difficult.
And I think so you're doing a good way, because I don't see why should someone sit for exam if they want to study. I think so it should be for everyone. And if you are normally thinking man or girl, you not put yourself into a situation where you pay £9,000 a year and you don't have brain or intellect to follow with
and you know, I am an advocate for grades aren't everything. So, you know, if you want to be an engineer, you're going to be using your hands. You know, if you want to go into art and design and become a journalist, it's not about that grade on the paper. It's about the skills that you have that excel. Other than those who are academically great, you don't have to be academically great to be successful in life, you know?
Yeah, grades are only one aspect of life, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, maybe just sum it up, Paige. One big reason why to choose Coventry University among all universities.
So we are one of the very, very best in the UK. Not only are we ranked 15th, we're the most modern university in the UK and have the very best facilities. We are second in the UK for teaching excellence. That speaks in itself. The fact that we beat the likes of Oxford and Cambridge is absolutely incredible. We have won Student City of the Year. We are #1 in the UK for international student experiences. The rankings speak for themselves, but also the city is building, and we have just won City of Culture. So it's currently such a great place to live. There's restaurants, there's bars, there's a water park. It is truly, truly an amazing, amazing city and amazing university.
Excellent. Under this video, we will put your webpage, your Instagram, where students can find all those pictures and information. And my today's guest was Paige Nips.
Yeah, that's it. You said it right, Raven.
And Paige, thank you very much for coming and staying with me.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.